Hi everyone, Nasia Davos here. In this video, we'll talk about the first stage of the CBQ method, which is choose to quit. The CBQ has 4 stages, and each of the stages is essential to stop smoking for good. And not just to stop and abstain from smoking cigarettes, but to really quit and be a happy non-smoker. So in this video, we'll start with the first stage and what it is, why it's important, and 3 things you need to do at this stage, okay? So, as you may already know, every accomplishment, every success, every change starts with the decision to try. Same goes for quitting smoking. Before doing anything else, you have to choose to quit. You have to make a decision to improve your health and your life. If you quit without going through this stage, you will easily fall off the wagon when you feel tempted. See, most people skip this stage because they mistake their desire to quit with a decision. Yes, to quit successfully, you need to have the desire to quit, of course, but the desire to quit can easily fade. The desire to quit alone doesn't guarantee you will quit smoking no matter what challenges you face along the way, but a real decision does. Because only a real decision can make you psychologically ready to quit. And it's been proven by research that feeling ready to quit makes you see even more benefits in quitting that in turn make you even more confident that you can be happy without cigarettes. But what makes a real decision to quit smoking? Because you've probably said, I should, I could, or I will quit smoking many times before, but for some reason you couldn't stay motivated and quit. Why? What was missing? What was missing was quitting commitment. If you're not committed to quitting smoking, then your mind will always make up excuses to smoke one more cigarette when you're stressed or bored. It will tell you that you need to smoke, otherwise you will be unpleasant to those around you. And I can assure you, your mind can find millions of excuses to rationalize smoking if you're not committed. Rationalizing is one of the ways our brain keeps us sane, even if it's not for our benefit. But what can turn things around and help you go from finding excuses to smoke to finding excuses to not smoke is commitment. Think about it. Have you ever said about anything, that's it, I've had enough, this has to change? In your family, in your relationships, in your career, anywhere. And when you face challenges, you face them head on. You didn't let anything prevent you from achieving what you had in mind, because your mind was made up. Well, when it comes to quitting smoking, you know you have committed when you're determined to quit no matter what challenges life throws your way. In other words, you commit when quitting becomes a must, not a should. That's quitting commitment, and it's the first thing you do at this stage. Next, you need to know your reasons to quit. Well, this might seem too obvious. Of course, everyone has reasons to stop smoking, right? Maybe you want to quit to be healthier and live longer, or you want to stop paying the tobacco companies and save money. Maybe you just want to breathe better and smell better and have more energy, or maybe you need to quit because your doctor told you that you can't do this anymore. You probably have many reasons to quit. Then why don't you do it? What's stopping you? What makes your motivation evaporate? Well, you might think that the reason you feel demotivated after a while comes down to self-destruction or weakness. That's not it. In most cases, it's because you're putting down the facts and then expect to feel motivated to quit because it's the logical thing to do. But in many cases, logic is not enough to overpower your relationship with smoking, because smoking is an emotional behavior, so the decision to quit should also be emotional. So when we say know your reasons to quit, we mean not only the logical reasons, but also your emotional reasons, reasons that are deeply important to you. So ask yourself, what would I love about being a non-smoker? Maybe it's not having to step out for a smoke all the time. Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's just the feeling of being free. But you need to find your emotional reasons. And like Zig Ziglar says, people often say motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. That's why we recommend it daily. So, know your reasons and think about them every day. And the last thing you need at this stage is to understand the smoking addiction. Let's say you want to go from place A to place B, okay? How can you go to place B and plan your journey to get there if you don't know where you're starting from? So to reach your smoke-free life, you first need to be aware of your current reality, your current situation. You need to understand your addiction because you can't make a real decision to quit something you don't fully understand. See, the smoking addiction is like a maze, and the only way you can escape that maze is to understand it, is to be aware of how the maze looks like so you can navigate your way out of it. So, please take a moment and ask yourself, do I know how smoking affects my body? Do I know what happens when I stop smoking? Do I know why I feel relaxed after smoking a cigarette or why I feel rewarded? Knowing that is as important as knowing the reasons why you want to quit smoking. So, to sum up, to quit smoking for good, you first need to make a real decision to quit, and that's what stage C1, choose to quit, is all about. And to make a real decision, you need 1. Quitting commitment, 2. Your reasons for quitting, and 3. You need to understand the smoking addiction. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching. If you want to learn about the other quit smoking stages of the CBQ method, check the links in the description. And if you want to get started with the CBQ method and learn how to get started with each stage, make sure you get the CBQ Getting Started video. See you soon!